it. And sometimes Srila Sridhar Maharaj would tell Gurudev to put a garland on him in the program. And Gurudev also told one story. He needed to borrow some. Srila Sridhar Maharaj asked Gurudev to ask him to lend some money because he was a wealthy Vaishnava. Asked him to loan some money for the temple. And so Gurudev went to tell him. And it was a large sum of money, and he just immediately handed it to Gurudev. And he was very surprised because he said, like, you don't have to give it to me. Like, I'm a young, new boy, I wasn't expecting you to give it to me. You can give it directly to Guru Maharaj. How are you sure you can trust me? And he said, I can see, you're an honest person and you're a good person.
He's a godbrother of Srila Maharaj?
I don't remember if he was a godbrother or a disciple. I don't remember.
What's his name?
Yadavendu Bhakti Chandan. Yeah. And Gurudev also made a comment about his name, that Chandan, sandalwood. That was very appropriate for him. But something like that. We have to check. There is a recording. And Gopal Bhatta Goswami, his appearance day?
I think so. Right now? Bhatta Goswami appearance day? Ramakrishna?
Well, anyhow, Gopal Bhatta, we're honoring him today. It's okay, Dee, you don't have to share. And of course, he's one of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, and he is from South India. His father was Venkata Bhatta, right? And Mahaprabhu stayed there for 4 months during the rainy season. His father was Gopal Bhatta. His uncle and also his guru was Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur. Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur, very, very great Vaishnava.
Yes.
His appearance day. Oh, and Ramananda Kaviraj also.
So many Vaishnavas.
So he was the son of Venkata Bhatta. And Mahaprabhu spent 4 years of the rainy season there with him. Normally the sannyasis, they would always travel, but during the rainy season there was some allowance, this Chaturmasya period, when they could stay in one place because the environment was not so favorable. So 1 year Mahaprabhu stayed with them for 4 months. So, it's very... And Mahaprabhu, at that time, he converted Venkata Bhatta to his conception, because he was a Sri Vaishnav, Venkata Bhatta, worshipping, in the Ramanuja line, worshipping Narayan as supreme. And there's a very nice exchange between Mahaprabhu and Venkata Bhatta when Mahaprabhu converts him, and Mahaprabhu's like kind of teasing him, why does your Lakshmi Devi want to have rasa with my Krishna? If Narayan is so wonderful, then why is Lakshmi attracted to Krishna? She should be fully satisfied with Narayan. And then Venkata Bhatta says, oh, but they are, ontologically they are the same, Krishna and Narayan, they are the same. So sometimes Lakshmi Devi wants to experience some different rasa, but he is, it's not that Krishna is higher than Narayan, not like that. But then Mahaprabhu says, oh, but then why is it that Lakshmi Devi, she cannot have entrance to that plane? she cannot have entrance to that Vrindavan rasa. She's aspiring, but she can't get it. And Mahaprabhu quotes one verse, saying how Lakshmi Devi performed austerities for thousands of years, but she could not have entrance to Vrindavan. So then, Mahaprabhu, he defeated him. And so Gopal Bhatta was there as a young boy, no doubt. And then he came to Vrindavan. He was part of this group of the 6 Goswamis. And he was a Brahmin, and he had some dignified position in society because he was a Brahmin and very highly educated and knowledgeable, and we hear that Rup Sanatan, sometimes they would use his name in their writings because they also came from a very high background, Brahmin background, but because of their association with the Muslim ruler, then they were considered to be like Muslims. They were not honored by some sections of society. So in order to give more credibility and dignity to their work, sometimes they would use his name. And we hear Rup Sanatan, they gave some, not necessary. Chai. Chai Srila Gurudev. Too many layers.
You get it.
And they gave some special honor to him. Srila Rupa Goswami treated him as a senior. There's that story we hear when Rupa Goswami, he wrote something in Sanskrit, and then Gopal Bhatta came to visit, and Srila Rupa Goswami showed it to him and asked for his opinion. And Gopal Bhatta gave some correction, saying, there's some mistake here. And actually, there wasn't any mistake, but Gopal Bhatta Goswami thought it was a mistake. And Rupa Goswami knew it wasn't a mistake, but he's very, very humble. This we hear in different places. Rupa Goswami, his humility was very outstanding. So he didn't say anything. And so he made the change that Gopal Bhatta advised, and then Gopal Bhatta left, and then Jiva Goswami was there, and Jiva Goswami became upset, because Rupa Goswami is his guru, and so then he made some excuse, and he went after Gopal Bhatta Goswami and told him, excuse me, you just made this correction to my guru's writing, but actually it's perfect. And then they had some discussion, and Jiva Goswami defeated him. And then Gopal Bhatta, he's perfect Vaishnav, and he turned around and went back to Rupa Goswami. I realized I made a mistake, and please, can you fix that? Whatever I told you, forget about that. What you did was perfect. There's also a story I heard Gurudev tell. Gopal Bhatta, and I can't remember who the other person was. Maybe Rupa Goswami also, I can't remember, but it was a composition, and it compared the hair of the Braja Gopis to like snakes, like serpents. And I can't remember who is who in the story, but let's say it was Rupa Goswami again, that he made this comparison, and Gopal Bhatta saw and thought, this sounds very strange, you know. How can he say that their hair looks like snakes? But then sometime later he was out walking and he saw some young ladies who had just bathed in a river, and he saw their way their hair like curled on their back. It was exactly like that, you know. So he went and apologized like that. We also heard Gurudev tell that story, but I can't remember exactly who was who. But Gopal Bhatta Goswami was in that story. And of course, there's that famous incident, how he went to bathe in it's the Gandaki river, right, where the Shalagram Shilas come, and he was bathing there, and when he went, he had some type of scooper. He was scooping up water, or maybe he was just going to take a bucket of water. Maybe he was just going to take a bucket of water. But when he scooped up the water, then these 12 Shalagram Shilas were in the bucket with the water, and he didn't want to take them, so he put them back. But then it happened 3 times. You know, every time, all these Shalagram Shilas would appear in the bucket. So then he understood, you know, oh, I have to take these, you know. So he took them and he worshipped them. And then one of those Shilas manifests into a deity later, and that is the Radha Raman deity, I believe, right? In Vrindavan, self-manifest, you know, from the Shila. Gopal Bhatta. I'm trying to think some other histories that we've heard. Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Oh, we could have sung this Shad Goswami Ashtakam. Maybe after we can sing that. Or maybe tonight we can sing it. It's very, very beautiful.
He composed?
No, but he's mentioned. It's composed by Srinivasacharya. But we don't hear so much about Gopal Bhatta Goswami. We hear so much about Rup and Sanatan, Jiva Goswami. But the other Goswamis we don't hear so much. But I'm remembering some few things. And also Ramananda Kaviraj, his appearance or disappearance, I don't remember. Appearance also, huh? So Ramananda Kaviraj, he was a very good friend of Narottam Thakur. They were like best friends. I believe Ramchandra Kaviraj, I believe he was a disciple of Srinivasacharya. We hear, right, this trio, right? Srinivas, Narottam, and Shamananda. And Srinivas, he was like the head, the senior amongst these 3. And this Ramchandra Kaviraj, he was, as I recall, disciple of Srinivas. And he was the best friend of Narottam Thakur. He's mentioned in the song that we sing every evening, the Ramachandra Sangamage Narottama Das. Narottam, he's always aspiring for the company, for the association of Ramachandra. And I've just heard one story about him. Very nice story that Gurudev told. How, you know, we've heard that Narottam Thakur, he came from a lower caste, a Kayasta caste. Like also Srila Swami Maharaj Prabhupada appeared in that caste, and also Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu appeared to Brahmins, but Nityananda Prabhu had some special relationship with this caste, like he gave some special blessings to them. There's some history like that. So we hear Narottam Thakur, he came from a lower caste, right? But he became such a great acharya, and he had thousands of disciples. And because of his Vaishnava quality, then even Brahmins, came to take initiation. Because normally, according to the customs, Brahmins would not take from non-Brahmins. They would not take initiation.
And who was his teacher?
What did you say?
Who was his teacher?
Narottam. Well, he took initiation from Lokanath Goswami, right? Yes, yeah. And he also received instruction from Jiva Goswami and also from Nityananda Prabhu. He received the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. So Narottam, he became this great acharya, and he had thousands of disciples, and many Brahmins also came to seek initiation from him. And Narottam, he gave them initiation. But then there was another group of Brahmins who were very angry about this, that this was like spoiling the normal system, and they thought it showed great arrogance, that because many persons put a lot of importance on birth and bloodline, these things. That was one of the things that Srila Saraswati Thakur had to deal with, one of the obstacles and one of the misconceptions that he tried to crush in his preaching and in his missionary activities. So Ramachandra Kaviraj. So Brahmins, they were opposing Narottam Thakur, and they gave him difficulty on different occasions. And there was one occasion when there was a group of Brahmin Pandits. They were coming to debate with Narottam, to challenge him. But at that time, Narottam Thakur, his health was not so good. He wasn't so strong. And so Ramachandra, he wanted to protect him, from having to deal with this situation at that time. So he played a trick on these people. He knew that they were coming ahead of time somehow, and he set up it was a stall, like just on the outskirts of the town, selling some clay pots that he knew they would need to purchase in order to cook with. So he was like on the outskirts of town, and he was like posing as like this like ordinary, street seller, and this group of pundits, they came, and as he had like calculated, they stopped there to buy these pots. But Ramachandra, he spoke to them in Sanskrit, and they were very surprised, and then he had some discussion with them, and then he ended up getting into a type of debate, it was like a custom in the Vedic culture. Persons would have these theological arguments, debates, So they entered into some type of debate, and Ramachandra defeated them, and they were very impressed, and shocked, puzzled, because he's looking like some ordinary street seller, but he speaks Sanskrit and he's so brilliant. And so they asked him, "Is everyone in this town like this?" And so then Ramachandra, he said, "Oh, this is the town of Narottam Thakur. Didn't you know? Everyone here is like this, Narottam is so great. This is his town, so naturally everyone here is like this. And so then they became a little, concerned, If even this ordinary street seller is like this, then what to speak of what Narottam? What must he be like?
Maybe we're coming out of the day.
Exactly.
So
and then they turned around.
It is said that he spread his teaching to thousands, maybe millions of people near the border of China. And
Narottam Thakur.
Still, there are some provinces in India that learn from Narottam.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in, I believe, Assam, that area. There's many followers. Narottam Paribar, I think Srila Sridhar Maharaj has used that expression. But no, still, his influence is very strong, still. And, very well known, many followers. And he did so much work to keep Mahaprabhu's conception alive, especially through song. Because, in that form, it, like in a very organic way, entered into, the daily lives of people, through song. This is like part of their culture. Here we're doing this like in a, what's that? You say exercise, yeah. Exotic.
No.
It's like, like it's part of our program, right? Like, almost like we're a school and this is part of our program, right? We practice these songs. It's something that we've adopted, and we're practicing as part of, and we have like a schedule. But like in the villages of India, I think in all traditional cultures, really, there's this tradition of song, You meet in the evenings, you get together, and you just like sing your heart out, right, about different things, So, this was something very natural that persons, assimilated into their daily lives, And like these are, Nityananda, Mahaprabhu, this is their land, right? Bengal, India, this is their land. So it's very much like home for those Vaishnavas to sing about that. So, yes, Narottam, his contribution is so important. So Ramachandra, Kaviraj, honoring him today also, a very dear friend. And I believe his samadhi is next to Narottam's. I think I saw that in Vrindavan at that Gokulananda, is it called? I don't remember that temple. So yes, we're just today's the appearance day of Gopal Bhatta Goswami and Ramchandra Kaviraj, and maybe the disappearance of Yadavendu Bhakti Chandan, one Vaishnava very dear to Srila Sridhar Maharaj. So we were just discussing something. What little we can remember with our very, Kali Yuga brain. But we, pray for the grace of all of these great Vaishnavas on this eternal path of devotion which we have embarked upon. Okay, I'm going to read a little bit from Chaitanya Charitamrita, as long as there's no objection. What verse did you remember? 349. Okay, yeah. Dasa Vrindavanam Vande Krishna Dasa Prabhum Tata Janavatar Chaitanya Leela Vistar Karino Do Nityananda Parabja Karunadena Bhushito Vyakta Chano Burachincho Vavande Vyasarupino Shri Guru Gaur Gandharva Govindas Cha Ganaisaha Jayanti Patakas Ch.Ch Sarvesham Kurunartina. So Mahaprabhu has just reached back to Puridam or Nilachal, and he's meeting with the Vaishnavas there. Now Kashi Mishra has come and offered his obeisances. Mahaprabhu has embraced him, and now Sarvabhauma is here upon the scene. Prabhuloya Sarvabhauma Nija Gore Gela Mor Gore Bikka Boli Nimanchan Koila. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya then took the Lord with him to his home, saying, "Today's luncheon will be at my home." In this way he invited the Lord. Divya Mahaprasad Aneka Nailo Pitapana Hadi Jagannatha Jai Kailo. Sarvabhauma brought various types of food remnants that had been left by Lord Jagannath. He brought all kinds of cakes and condensed milk preparations. Madhyan Korila Prabhu Nijagana Loya Sarvabhauma Gore Bikka Korila Asiya. Accompanied by all his associates, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house and took his noon lunch there. Bhiksha korayatare korailo shoyan apane sarvabhauma kore padasamahan. After offering food to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya made him lie down to rest, and he personally began to massage the legs of the Lord. Prabhu tare patailo bojan kodite Serachitar gore rohila tar pite. Mahaprabhu then sent Sarvabhauma to take his lunch, and the Lord remained that night in his home just to please him. So how affectionate. Mahaprabhu took lunch and stayed the rest of the day, and he spent the night there. Sarvabhauma Sangaya Loyani Jagan, but he didn't sleep, of course. Mahaprabhu and his personal associates remained with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. They all stayed awake the entire night as the Lord spoke of his pilgrimage. Oh, very sweet, It's like, you can see also in this world, like some friends, they haven't seen each other a long time, and they meet, they just stay up the whole night, talking and catching up, So Mahaprabhu's in a way so long, and now he's so affectionately, remaining with the devotees throughout the whole night, sharing everything about his travels. Prabhu kohe tatirtha koilo parjantan Tomasa Vaishnavna de kilo ekajan. The Lord told Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, "I have traveled to many holy places, but I could not find a Vaishnav as good as you anywhere." And Srila Sridhar Maharaj, he commented on this, how Mahaprabhu, in a way, he's praising his own self. He's praising his own creation, because he created Sarvabhauma, basically. Sarvabhauma, he was a Mayavadi, right? And so Mahaprabhu converted him to Vaishnavism, and then he became a great devotee because of Mahaprabhu's influence. And so now Mahaprabhu is saying, I've traveled all over, went to so many holy places, but I couldn't find anyone as good as you. But he created him himself. However, there was one very special Vaishnava. Ek Ramananda Rai bahu sukha dilo, bata kohe lagi milite kohilo. Mahaprabhu continued, I received much pleasure from the talks of Ramananda Rai. It is like a teacher may say to their student, like I've met so many persons in so many places, but I haven't met anyone as good as you. But like the teacher taught that student everything that they know, so it's like in a way they're praising their own self. They've given their own conception, understanding to that person. And it is like an extension of their own self. So I didn't meet anyone as good as you, Sarvabhauma, but there was one Ramananda. He was very special. So I received much pleasure from the talks of Ramananda Rai. The Bhattacharya replied, for this reason I've requested that you meet him. And and that is described earlier. Because Sarvabhauma, he had met Ramananda before. It's very interesting, Sarvabhauma had met Ramananda previously, and he thought he was a crazy Vaishnava. But then later, when he became converted by Mahaprabhu, like in retrospect, he was remembering him and seeing him with different vision and realizing, wow, he's such a great exalted Vaishnava. It's interesting. Because in the same way we go through different experiences in life, and we may meet different persons and so on and so forth, and we have a particular vision of that, right? Of that circumstance or person. But then later, when we've evolved and our consciousness has developed, we may remember that and see it with a completely different viewpoint, Maybe it was something that at the time was very disturbing to us, but then later with clearer vision, we'll see it completely differently as something positive. There may be things that irritated us, and then later we're thinking, wow, that was actually such a wonderful circumstance or wonderful person, It's all depends on our own vision, It's all in consciousness. It's an extraordinary thing. Our whole experience is based on our consciousness, our perception. Like Gurudev makes that point, we see, what is it that determines beauty, our experience of beauty? Love. The love in our own heart and our own consciousness, that enables us to perceive beauty. He tells that story of Lakshmi Devi's owl carrier, how she goes all over the world trying to find the most beautiful person, then she realizes her own child is the most beautiful living entity in the world. Why? Because of the love in her heart, So, it's love that enables us to perceive beauty. So, if we have love in our heart for the Lord, then we'll perceive beauty in everything, because we see the Lord's presence and the Lord's grace behind everything. So it's all about that adjustment of consciousness. So it's interesting, Sarvabhauma, after he's been converted, he remembers Ramananda. Oh, he's not so weird, actually. He's actually this great soul. And he tells Mahaprabhu, please, you have to meet him. I know you're going to appreciate meeting him. So we'll come to the end of this chapter, a few more verses. Tirtha jachakate koilo samapam sankepe kohilo vishta najai varnan. Thus I have ended my narration about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pilgrimage, describing it in brief. It cannot be described very broadly. His Leela was so So many things happen, cannot give all the details. I'm just giving some summary. Ananta Chaitanya Lila Kohite na Jani Lobela Jakayatar Koritana Tani. The pastimes of Lord Chaitanya are unlimited. No one can properly describe his activities. Yet I make the attempt out of greed. This but reveals my shamelessness. Prabhu Tirtha Jatra Kata Shune Jai Jan Chaitanya Charane Pai Gada Prema Dan. Whoever hears of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pilgrimage to various holy places attains the riches of very deep ecstatic love. Chaitanya Charit Shuno Shada Bhakti Kori Matsarja Charya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari. Please hear the transcendental pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with faith and devotion. Giving up envy of the Lord, everyone chant the Lord's holy name, Hari. Ekali Kaleyar Nahi Kon Dharma Vaishnav Vaishnav Shastra Eko Himarma. In the age of Kali, in this age of Kali, there are no genuine religious principles other than those established by Vaishnav devotees and the Vaishnav scriptures. This is the sum and substance of everything. Chaitanya Chandra Lila Agada Gambhir Pravesh Kodite Nadi Sparshira Hitir. The pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are just like an unfathomable ocean. It is not possible for me to enter into it. Simply standing on the shore, I am but touching the water. Chaitanya Charit Shadai Shune Je Jan Jate Kavi Charitata Pai Premadam. The more one hears the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with faith, analytically studying them, the more one attains the ecstatic riches of love of Godhead. Shri Rupa Raghunath Pade Jarash Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishna Das. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rup and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishna Das, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Jai Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Shri Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Okay, so we'll continue tomorrow. If we are alive. Do we have a mridanga player? You can play mridanga, right? And also Ananta Govind, I think you both play, right?
I can play very well, but I try.
Girid Haripur, are you a better mridanga? Is he a better player?
He's the best. He's my master.
I would like to sing the Shad Goswami Ashtak because today is Gopal Bhatta Goswami's day. The page is 148. 148. Jai Shri Gurudev. Krishna Kirtana Gana Nartana Pado Premamritambo Nidhi Gana Nartana Pado Premamritambo Priya Karo nirmatsaro pujito yakaro nirmatsaro pujito Ch.Ch kripabaro bhuvi bhuvo
Hari
Magno Moho Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Shri Jiva Gopalako Gujar Kokila Hamsa Sada Sagana Kirne Mayura Kule Hamsa Sada Sagana Kirne Mayura Kule Nana Ratna Nivada Mula Vitaka Shri Yukta Vrindavane Naratna Nivada Mula Vitaka Shri Yukta Radha Krishna Mahanisham Prabhajato Jivartha Doyo Muda Radha Krishna Mahanisham Prabhajato Jivartha Doyo Muda Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Sanatano Raghuyugo Sankhya Purvaka Namagana Natibi Kalavasani Pito Sankhya Purvaka Namagana Natibi Kalavasani Pito Hidrahara Vihara Kadi Vijito Chatyanta Dino Chayo Hidrahara Vihara Kadi Vijito Chatyanta Dino Radha Krishna Gunasmite Madhurima Nandina Samohito Madhurima Nandina Samohito Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Shri Jiva Gopalako Radha Kunda Tate Kalinda Tanoya Kire Chavam Shivate Preman Madhava Shada Shesha Dashaya Gasto Pramato Sada Shada Shesha Dashaya Gasto Pramato Sada Gayanto Chakadahare Gunavaram Bhava Vibhuto Muda Kadahare Gunavaram Bhava Vibhuto Muda Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Devi ke chalalite, he Nanda suno kuta. He Radhe Raja Devi ke chalalite, he Nanda suno kuta. He Radhe Raja Devi ke chalalite, he Nanda suno kuta. Shri Govardhana kalpa pada patale, Kalindi vanye kuta. Govardhana kalpa pada patale, Kalindi vanye kuta. Doshanta viti sarvato brajapure, ke jir mahavivalo. Sarvato brajapure, ke jir mahavivalo. Vande rupa sanatano raghujugo, Shri Jiva Gopalako. Rupa sanatano raghujugo, Shri Jiva Gopalako. Vande rupa sanatano raghujugo, Shri Jiva Gopalako. Vande rupa sanatano raghujugo, Shri Jiva Gopalako. This last verse is very, poignant, very heart-touching. This call, He Radhe Brajadevi ke chalalite, He Nanda shuno kuta. This Hey is like an address, like calling out. This Mahavival. Vival means like a type of bewilderment, like madness. So in Mahavival, like in this mad state of divine love, they would wander and calling out, Hey Radhe, Hey O Hey Radharani, Hey Nanda Suno, Hey Krishna, O Lalita. They were chanting very loudly everywhere in Vrindavan, shouting, O Queen of Vrindavan, Radharani, O Lalita, O son of Nanda Maharaj, where are you all now? Are you just on the hill of Govardhan, or are you under the trees on the bank of the Jamuna? Where are you? These were their moods in executing Krishna consciousness. When this is the natural expression of the soul, actually, this mood of separation from the Lord, that type of necessity awaken within the normal soul. We are abnormal, but in our normal state, we will feel this type of necessity. And where is my Lord? Where is my beloved Lord? He Radhe Brajadevi ke chalalite, He Nanda suno kutaha. So when will such a prayer, such a necessity arise, awaken within our hearts, our grimy hearts? Okay, well, we finished there. Any last thing? Jaya Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivajaka Varya Ashtatar Satashi Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Vishnu Pad Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Guru Guranga Radha Giri Hariju Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Saprashad Srimad Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Ganga Jamuna Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Devi, Rindu Devi, Tulasi Devi ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Shamakun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan ki Jai, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam, Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai, Shri Kol Kartal ki Jai, Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mad ki Jai, Vishwavyapi Tadiya Shaka Mad ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami Prabhu ki Jai, Srila Ramchandra Kaviraj ki Jai, Shripad Yadavendu Bhakti Chandam Prabhu ki Jai, Jai Gaur Premanande, Haribo. Oh, Srila Bhakti Nirmala Charja Mars ki Jai, the Charja Vrinda.